good morning. I'm Bjorn Kartabau, the Chief Growth Officer of Aircash, and I have the pleasure to be with Konstantinos.
Good morning, everyone.
Papakonstantinou from Kaizen Gaming.
That's right. Good morning, everyone. I'm the head of AI at Kaizen Gaming, best known for our global brand Betano, leading all AI initiatives for the past 2.5 years, where we're investing heavily and try to transform the industry and the organization with the use of AI.
I think it's going to be an interesting discussion.
Absolutely.
About AI. Before we deep dive into AI, how is ICE? How has ICE been for you so far?
It's the second time I attend. I think it's the second time it happens in Barcelona. It already feels like home, I can tell you that. A lot of known faces, a lot of known companies. You get to network with the right people. So it's always to be here and to come back.
Right. By the way, it's a big pleasure for you, for me to meet you here.
Likewise.
So, I think we're going to have a nice interview with a nice set of questions as well. Let's start deep diving into the subject, artificial intelligence. Everybody's talking about artificial intelligence in the industry. Can you maybe tell us what has been, or what is really new in artificial intelligence? What are the highlights and what is actually really new? This would be, I think, of interest to us.
So I think there are a couple of things. There are new emerging capabilities of AI. The last couple of years, we've seen a lot of use of generative AI, with generating content, whether that is text or any kind of other form of content, images, videos, etc. And there is a lot of discussion around agentic AI. Essentially a new way of automating processes using intelligence and automation and autonomy. I say, while there's a lot of discussion about these new emerging capabilities of AI, the generative AI and the agentic AI, there's a lot of rebranding of the old traditional ML and of predictive analytics.
I was going to ask, is AI always something new, or is it about rebranding of old solutions?
I think it's a little bit of both, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, to be honest. We rebrand old traditional ML, old traditional AI, predictive analytics into AI under this umbrella, and we also use AI to describe, as I said, these new emerging capabilities of AI. And I think it's a good thing that we use it for both, because I don't think the industry, iGaming industry, has reaped the benefits of traditional AI yet.
Yeah.
So there's a lot still to do there, a lot of benefits to reap. And at the end of the day, you know what? Traditional AI still delivers, I would say, around 90 to 95% of the value in all organizations nowadays. We're still to see the benefits from the new emerging capabilities from Gen AI and agentic. So it's kind of a good thing that we have rebranded the old methods and packed it all in one big offering that we call AI.
I was going to ask, because AI is something which is, I would say, relatively new. It's a technology which is relatively new, in my eyes at least. And incorporating new technologies, you do that in order to gain a competitive advantage, right, over others. How do you see that?
So yeah, AI, it is indeed a technology that can be used to bring competitive advantage in all kind of industries, in AI, in iGaming as well. I think the way that you can leverage AI to bring you competitive advantage is essentially understanding that it's a mean to an end. You don't want to develop technology for the sake of developing technology. You want to try to figure out how you can leverage AI to deliver content and information to the customers in a more digestible form. So it's really all about content and information. You can generate content, like we said, with generative AI. You can filter and select the content that is relevant for the customers through personalization. You can find even different ways and means or channels through which the customers can consume that content and information. So we have seen a lot of information coming through conversational AI recently. That was not used to be the case. We have seen a lot of information and content coming through the overlays. When you watch a game, information on the side or information on top of the video. So lots of different kind of ways. That's where truly you can actually change customer experience. The customers can truly benefit from AI, and you can gain a competitive advantage.
Right. Okay. When talking about Kaizen Gaming, is there any project which you delivered inside Kaizen Gaming, where you can say this really changed, it delivered a real return on investment? Is there anything which springs to your mind?
Absolutely. I mean, I can think of a couple of those. So when it comes to customer experience, essentially initiatives that focus on the customer and would affect your top line metrics, I would have to go with personalization, and especially personalization cuts across all verticals, casinos, sportsbook, you name it. But I think where we've seen the biggest benefit and the biggest ROI so far is personalization of rewards. That's where AI can truly make a difference, because just we really need to understand the people's preferences. Just giving them a bonus doesn't quite cut it anymore. Right. And I would say when it comes to internal efficiency and optimization, so essentially initiatives that would affect your bottom line metrics, anything that has to do with risk management, and those are like better predictive analytics for risk management, the models that actually would stop those people that try to violate the terms and conditions, they try to abuse the bonus, they have suspicious behavior, along with automating those processes, as I said, with any kind of different form of agentic AI.
Yeah, right. I think that, we hear a lot about using AI for fraud detection, which I think seems somewhat obvious, right? To use AI in fraud detection, to detect patterns, fraudulent patterns, and detect them with AI. Is there anything which AI cannot solve?
I think there is a lot of things that AI cannot solve. I mean, AI it's not the right solution for every problem out there. So I don't think it's kind of a hammer that you should see every problem as a nail. When it comes to fraud detection, when it comes to personalization, when it comes to these areas that I just mentioned that we have been delivering ROI, AI is the right tool and has proven its value for quite some time now. So I would say if you're not delivering value with AI in these areas, this is not about, it's not about AI and its capabilities, the capabilities of the technology. The capabilities are there. It's mostly about how organizations use AI. So when do they apply AI, how do they apply, and for what reasons? And we have seen common mistakes, across all industries. Just to mention a couple, it's a very common mistake when you just do not define success clearly. You don't have a good understanding of the problem you want to solve and what success looks like. You don't have a clear way to measure success and be able to report that AI has indeed delivered the return on investment that was anticipated. And you give into the hype too much, like, okay, you don't focus on the AI use cases that will deliver value, but you only focus on, like we just said, the new and emerging capabilities of AI. So those are a couple of mistakes that I've seen organizations do. So at the end of the day, it's not about the capabilities of AI. AI can solve those problems. It's how you apply it.
Okay, all right. Talking about Kaizen Gaming specifically, there are AI solutions which I guess you can buy from the shelf, right? So solutions you can just get from third-party providers, and I assume there's always the possibility, of course, to build AI, artificial intelligence solutions in-house, right? How do you treat that at Kaizen Gaming? So in-house versus off-the-shelf solutions.
So, I mean, in my opinion, I don't think it should be an either-or. Like, no organizations have a strategy that's kind of either build everything or buy everything. It should be on a per-use case. Really, build versus buy, it's a decision that needs to be assessed and discussed. And I think there are many trade-offs to consider when you're making that decision between build versus buy. The one trade-off that I would like to point out that's kind of for me the most important, and you keep hearing that from all executives and leaders in organizations, is the trade-off between time to market and building capabilities for strategic purposes and to gain the competitive advantage that we just discussed. And frankly, if you need both, you need to be fast in the market and you need to also build internal capabilities that will give you down the line the competitive advantage, you might go with a hybrid strategy. You know, you might collaborate with partners, get something out there to your customers, and at the same time start building internally. So in a few years' time, you have the capabilities and you can go beyond what is being offered in the market. One important point to make here, like there is a lot of noise. I mean, we are at ICE, you go through the corridors, everybody's trying to sell AI. That's kind of fun fact. Yesterday I was at Betano booth and there were some affiliate partners and they were telling us, yeah, we want to do some AI. Do you have a product? No. Do you build tech? No, but our clients ask for that, so we might as well offer AI. So you need to cut a little bit through the noise because and focus on partners that really know how to do AI, that have been doing that for quite some time. And you need to ensure that actually you also bring the internal resources, kind of build the right team, bring the talent to build some things in-house that will bring the competitive advantage. Yeah. So this dual strategy, I think, is where it will get you to a happy place. Yeah.
Just out of personal curiosity, really, how much time is your integration pipeline or your integration people busy with developing AI solutions, or is that a question which we can ask like that, or is it that you have particular projects and the integration people sort of work off that, deliver it, and then you don't hear about AI for a long time anymore? Or is AI something which is sort of omnipresent at Kaizen, that you like a permanent process that you try to improve things, or is it a project one after the other?
I mean, AI is on a daily agenda. It is being discussed day by day. It is a lot of project-based as well. I mean, we tend to focus on one or two big wins every quarter or every half, focus on those, deliver those, then move to the next one. But we know that we have a kind of a long journey ahead of us. So there is a backlog of items that we need to deliver. So I don't think the discussion is going to stop anytime soon.
Okay.
It's kind of more of becomes a continuous process.
Konstantinos, thank you very much for this insight into AI with Kaizen Gaming. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank you for the questions.
Talking to you.
Likewise.
And enjoy ICE.
You too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.